Okay, hello everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm very excited to interview our very own president of University of the People, Shai Reshef. Hello, Shai. How are you?
Hi, great,
Um,
thanks.
good, good. We're all practicing social distancing, so that's great. Um, we will also hear from some familiar people. You might recognize Doreen. She is our health science student.
Hello.
Hi, Doreen. How are you?
Good.
Good. And we have Doug, who has been with us quite a few times. Hi, Doug. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So, Doug graduated with an associate's degree in business administration, and now he is currently pursuing a degree in. He's getting his bachelor's degree in business administration. That's correct? Yes.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, I previously interviewed Doug and Doreen before. So, if you haven't seen those Facebook Lives, I recommend checking them out on our Facebook page. Doug was also featured in a NAS Daily video because he is busy, which he still is. It never ends. He's always going to be busy. So I'm Jessica, the social media and community manager at University of the People. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all staying healthy and safe out there. We are very excited because we are welcoming our biggest intake to a new term ever. We have over 31,000 students this term. To our viewers, how many of you are currently starting your term with us? Please let us know in the comments. And to our applicants out there, why don't you let us know where you're from? So I encourage you guys to ask questions, and if I don't answer them during this event, I will review after this is over, and we will respond there. So, okay, great. I'm seeing comments come in. I'm very excited from Carrie Ann. Great, thank you so much. And Asaf, we know Asaf. Hi, Asaf. Okay, so all you need to do is, so for all our applicants out there, it's your first chance to apply. So all you need to do is copy the link in the description of this event and paste it into your browser, and it will take you right to the application on our website. It's so easy. So, okay, let's start. Enough of me talking. So let's turn it over to President Shai Reshef.
Hi.
Hi, Shai.
So, to our current students, congratulations on starting your new term at UoPeople. We wish everyone best of luck. Both the current students, the new students, the continuing students. As of today, COVID-19 ripped through higher education around the world, and while many universities are moving online, many are struggling to transition and enable their students to get high quality higher education online. At UoPeople, we are proud ourselves as being the pioneer of online learning since 2009. And I'm honored that 95% of our students complete their courses with us. This term, we have more students, more instructors, students who are coming from 200 countries and territories, and I want to wish all of our students best of luck as you start your new term with us. Congratulations and good luck.
Okay, thank you, Shai. So, Shai, with so many students in lockdown due to COVID-19 restrictions, what message do you have for students and applicants?
Well, if you're a student of UoPeople, nothing will be changed. Nothing will be affected. Everything will continue exactly as before without disruption. The best time to study with us is right now, actually. We are an online university, and we are a university built to teach students online. So that's what we are. That's how we build ourselves for. And that is what we have been doing for over 11 years. I'm so proud that our students can study with us without any disruption of courses, exams, assignment, and we have more students this term than ever before. We are very happy.
Okay, great. I just want to say thank you to our viewers. I see so many really positive, great comments, and I really thank you for that. People are so excited. People are from all over the world, India, Estonia. This is my first term, so excited. I like this one from Hashi. The people at university are so friendly, especially my application advisor, Bunita. She is so helpful. Thank you once again. I love all these. And someone says, "Hello, President. How are you?"
Hello, I'm good.
Okay, so that's great. So, Shai, how has UoPeople been able to continue without any disruption?
Well, thanks to our cutting-edge educational technology, our professors, staffs, and volunteers, we continue to provide you, the student, with outstanding online education without disruption. You will still be able to complete your classes and submit coursework and exam without disruption. This means in this time of uncertainty, University of the People remain the most effective, stable, and reliable solution for students worldwide, and we are here for you. The best part of this is that we are tuition free, which makes us a fraction of the cost of any university in the world, and you don't need to pay anything until the first exam. We are tuition free, we are flexible, and we are accessible. So all of you can study with us tuition free, and especially now where a lot of you, the potential students, have difficulties doing so.
Okay, great. So thanks, Shai. I'd like to bring in Doug and Doreen. As I mentioned, Doreen is a health science student, and Doug is currently getting his bachelor's degree in business administration. So let's start with Doreen. Doreen, why did you choose to study at University of the People?
I love the fact that they had health science, and I've always, not always, but I worked in inner city communities with low income communities, and I developed a desire for nutrition and more especially clinical dietetics. And trying to get into school for that was really, really hard, and it was very expensive. So when I found UoPeople and they had health science program, I was like, that's it. That's the foundation I'm looking for. And it's tuition free. Hooray. You know, like I don't have to stress and worry about tuition. And I have 2 little kids. So there's the flexibility part of it too, to just go at my own pace. You know, I can take 1 course, I can take 4 courses, I can take 2 courses. So that was so many factors that made me study at UoPeople. So it was the career choice. I just wanted to change, and it was tuition free, and they had the courses that I need to go to graduate school. So yeah.
Great, thank you so much for sharing. And what about you, Doug? What made you decide to study with University of the People?
Well, I can relate to so much of what Doreen just said, but I was at a point in my life where I had already made multiple attempts to get a higher education, and I came away without a degree, and it was really hard. I also had a lot of student loans on my plate at the time, and so I felt like I didn't have another opportunity to make another attempt. And so I found University of the People. That was the open door that I needed at that point in my life to get back into higher education at the tuition-free price point, where I could, like Doreen said, use the flexibility in my life, being a parent, being an employee at the time, where I could study on my schedule and still achieve that goal. That's still, one of the most important achievements, I feel like, of my life. And it's so exciting to be here with you guys and to hear about another incoming group of students who have that same opportunity. And I really hope that people who are evaluating this take advantage of it. Like President Reshef, now is the best time to get into University of the People.
Okay, wow, great. Thank you both so much. So let's talk about the current situation. As we know, COVID-19 has affected our students, people from around the world, what's going on where both of you live? Where do you both live, and how is it affecting your day-to-day life? Maybe you could just give us a brief update. Let's start with Doreen.
So I am in North Carolina, and the case rate is 5,000. Excuse me for that. The case rate is 5,000 people, I think, as of yesterday, infected people. And my county has the highest number of those. It was about 136 infections, and I can't remember exactly how many deaths from all those infections. So it's the highest in North Carolina. That's a situation, but at the same time, it's uncertainty. And for me, your people is like the only thing that has remained consistent. So it's like the one thing that gets me out of bed, keeps me on schedule, keeps me focused. Like, all this is happening, but there's still a life to be lived, like keep your schedule. Because if you get out of schedule, then you have kids to take care of. You have, we're not currently, so by the way, my husband and I work with refugees. So we're not currently doing that anymore. We're doing phone calls and try to communicate with our refugee community, see how everyone is doing. But other than that, like your people is just keeping me grounded and sane in a way,
Well, I'm happy to hear that we're able to provide some consistency for you. And what about you, Doug? What's going on over by you?
Well, I live in Pennsylvania in the United States, and even though I'm in a pretty rural suburban area, we still have a few hundred cases, and we've heard of some deaths. So, I mean, it's really sad to see it hitting so close to home in our neighborhoods here. We're situated very close to Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. So, it's just down the street, it feels like, that there's thousands and thousands of people whose lives are being affected by this. I'm fortunate that I work in IT, and so I'm very accustomed to doing, remote work, working here in my home office, studying here in my home office. So it's not that different for me, at least, but, so many of the people that I work with or study with or just associate with are suddenly, their lives are thrown up in the air, and they're in the same boat that I am. And it's been an opportunity for me to try to reach out and help them understand that, this is temporary, but during this time, here are the best ways that we can get through this and not quite feel so alone. And I feel like that's one of the strengths of University of the People, is that it was built, maybe not specifically for this situation, but it is a great remedy for people who are isolated and feeling alone, that they have a connection with other learners around the world right now. I think that's really important.
Wow. Okay. Thank you both for sharing all that great information. And you both kind of touched on it, but I'm going to ask again, how has how has COVID-19 impacted your studies? I guess let's start with Doreen. I'm just going to go back and forth between Doreen and Doug, so let's go back to Doreen.
My studies haven't been affected at all. It's been the same, the same coursework. I've been able to submit my assignments, get my coursework, do my studies, communicate with my friends, ask questions with my instructors, communicating with my program advisor. So it hasn't been affected in any way. And as I said, it's been a source of sanity for me. I mean, I'm an introvert person. I would love to stay home, close the door, and be by myself. But at the same time, it's, I'm just like, I gotta go out. But I'm also like, well, I have work to do. I need to study.
Right.
It's been helping me just stay grounded and sane. Sanity. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. And what about you, Doug?
Yeah, very much the same situation. I haven't necessarily felt that my schedule has changed that much. I'm still able to work and study and spend time with my family. But again, for me, it's kind of that psychological or mental sense of being more alone than I was in the past. And so having the ability to reach out to other people, whether it's neighbors or people all around the world who you have some common ground with, that maybe you're taking the same class with, or just the fact that you're learning something in this trying time. It's really a motivating and strengthening thing for me to have that opportunity.
Okay, and my final question, thank you, Doug. Thank you for sharing that. So my final question for both of you is, what tips or advice do you have for students looking to transition to an online degree at University of the People? I guess we'll start with Doreen.
I think back to when I first started, and what would I say to myself then? You know, is I'll probably put myself out there more. Yama is a good, excellent platform that students can meet students that are studying the same courses. You know, and there's a discussion board in the course forums, not the discussion board for the courses, but there's a separate area where you can ask questions to the professors. You can ask your friends. You can complain. You can vent and say, "This is too much. How are you guys doing it?" And like get ideas and tips from people that are either in the same class with you, and then on Yama from people like Doug that you're not in the same class, you probably never meet, but they will give you advice and encourage you. So I would say, like, get into Yama, and if you have questions, don't hesitate. Email your professor, email your advisor. They are there. You're not alone in this. Like, that's the beauty of UoPeople. It's online. You're not in a traditional classroom, but you will never feel like you're doing it alone. Like, never. That was my biggest fear. Like, am I gonna get lonely? But like, I've made so many friends online than I've ever had on Facebook or Instagram. Like, I feel like I have so many UoPeople friends. And so I would say, like, tap into those resources. If you're having trouble with writing, there's a writing resource center. Tap into it. With materials, there's an online library. Go for it. Just make use of each resource that's available. It's been a great tool for me.
Okay, great. And for those who don't know what Yammer is, it's kind of like our social media for University of the People. It's a way for students to interact. So, okay. So now, Doug, why don't you share what kind of tips you might have?
Well, Doreen, you had a lot of great tips and information there. If I had to second any of that, it would be, I think you mentioned before about keeping a schedule. I think it's really important for people who are in this position to manage their time really effectively. And to be honest, I wasn't very good at that when I first got started at University of the People. But I feel a lot more confident in how I manage my time now. And it can be things like just make sure that you get up and you get cleaned up and you get dressed and you go to a dedicated place in your home where you can work on these things. If you have a room with a door that you can close, that's the best place to be. That's the only way I've managed to get by having kids in the house at the same time as I'm working and studying, is just being able to close a door and set boundaries and say, look, guys, I'd love to be with you more, but for this few hours, I've just got to be in here to study or do work or whatever it is. And then just, holding firm on that. So I think setting a schedule, and then, maybe you have a calendar that you can kind of say, on this day and at this time, I'm going to be working on this assignment or that essay, or, setting time aside for just kind of like the, water cooler conversations, maybe setting time aside to socialize on Yammer and other platforms like that. So I think that's what I would add to the great information that Doreen shared.
Okay, great. Well, Doreen and Doug, thank you so much for all your valuable insight. I know you both have families and you're both busy with work and kids and family. So thank you so much. I'm going to bring it back to Shai. Okay, so back to Shai. For those that are new to online learning, can you tell us a bit more about how our students might interact with classmates at UoPeople?
Sure. So I think it is important to touch on what Doug and Doreen talked about. We were built online. So we're not a traditional university who decided one day, well, we have no choice, let's move our professors online. Then it's not necessarily clear to them how to teach, and they lecture to the students, and the students are at home right now trying to understand the material. That's not what we do. We have a collaborative learning pedagogy. So we build UoPeople for students to collaborate with each other. not only that we are practical and not theoretical, so we're trying all of our studies to be very practical and very relevant to our students, what they do and what they want to do for their future. They do it through collaboration with their peers. There is a discussion board. Every week, the students discuss the topic of the material among themselves under the supervision of the instructor, who is there to correct mistake, to lead a discussion, to answer questions. So our entire pedagogy is peer-to-peer learning. Students who communicate with each other, exchange ideas, teach each other, learn from each other, and with the help of the professor to be there to help them when they need to do. Each week, they have a discussion around, they discuss the topic of the material. Each week, they have to collaborate with each other, work with teams, so you're never alone. Yes, you are online. Yes, you're sitting at your home, but you are not alone. And as Doreen and Doug said, you are with peers around the world. You get to know them, you interact with them all week long, and then the entire course, and then the entire through your entire education. Our classes are small, so you are not interacting with hundreds of students or thousands of students. When you study with us, you are in a class that will have up to 30 students. So our instructors can really focus on each student needs and help them. Each student is appointed a personal program advisor, and actually it was mentioned earlier, which are their people to help them to solve their issues. And you're sitting at home, you have questions, you have issues, but you have always your program advisors who get to know you. The program advisor is with you for the entire duration of your studies, and the program advisor is there to help you with any question, any issue that you have with the university. Moreover, it is important to notice that recently we started UoPeople communities, and the communities is the place where we enable our students to meet each other in their localities. So we have UoPeople communities in different cities around the world, and the students are able to meet each other if they want. Not all of them want. Many of them like the online and want to stay online, but if they want also to meet each other, we enable them to do so.
Okay, Shai, thank you so much. And another question, how can UoPeople help those that are stuck at home in quarantine or lockdown?
Well, again, we are online. If you're in quarantine, all you need is a laptop and internet access in order to study with us. So we actually are the best option for people who are quarantined at home. And we get stories. We get hundreds of stories of students who telling us, we are quarantined at home. We look outside to our friends. All the classes are being shut down, stopped. We continue seamlessly to study. No effect of the situation. So again, we are an American accredited online university, 100% online, accredited by the DAC, and most recently have been eligible for WASC regional accreditation. So we are a quality American university. And while COVID-19 may put a pause on your everyday life, you can come to us and start a new life while you are at home and build your future. And we are there for people who want to build their future. And especially now when there are so many people who are laid off, we see the numbers, they are unbelievable. And the situation is going to continue to be bad and be even worse because more and more people will be laid off. Well, if you are one of them, probably you need to think if you have the education for your future job. And you need to think whether you don't need to complete your education or continue your education or make a switch in your career in order to have a better chance for a better future. If that's the case, we are there for you. And if you cannot afford going to traditional college, again, we are here for you with our tuition-free model. So we are there for all the people who need to improve their future, who need to improve their career chance, who need to have a better chance for their future. who want to continue their studies to try us. We are the best opportunity for those people, not only now. We always have been a great opportunity for our students because we offer quality accredited American degree, which is flexible and accessible for all. But now, these days, where people are locked or being laid off or cannot do anything else, that's the best time to go back to school. And we believe that we are the best opportunity for them.
Thanks, Shai. Yeah, now is definitely the best time to study with us. I would definitely agree with that. So for our current students, what tips do you have for them to stay motivated during these uncertain times?
Well, I think that I would like to tell our students is to stay focused, as Doug and Doreen said, stay focused on your studies. Don't give up. Give the time, give the energy, and continue your studies. And we all know there are bumps along the way. There are difficulties along the way. Times goes sometimes, and sometimes things happen that makes it harder for us to study. Don't give up. Ask for help. Ask for help from your instructor. Ask for help for your program advisor, for anyone, and take the opportunity that we give you. Don't give up and continue your studies. No time is better than now to continue your studies. For our students, continue the journey that you are in the midst of. And for the new students, good luck with the long journey that is in front of you. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be fulfilling. And nothing can be more fulfilling than meeting our graduate and hearing from them how happy they are with the journey that they had and with the future that they built for themselves through their studies.
Oh, okay, Shai. I feel like we're on like a TED Talk or something. I know you did a few
Almost.
Okay, Shai, thank you. I know you're also very busy, so I want to thank you for your time. Before we wrap up, I just want to ask you, Shai, if you have any final thoughts.
Well, the final thought is that this situation will be over. It's a rough time, but eventually it will be over, and what will be normal life then will continue and will start. We should be ready for these days. And I would say don't wait for this period to be over before you launch your next step. Do it now. You use the time that you have right now to improve your chances for a better future after these days. And we all hope that these days will be over soon and we'll have again our old life and good life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shai. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Doug. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a real honor. I've never done this type of interview with Shai and students and graduates, so it's been a real treat. Hopefully there'll be many more in the future, but I think you guys were both great first students to do this with, so thank you. So I just want to wish everyone good luck this term. And if you haven't applied yet to UoPeople, now's your first chance. Just click the link or copy the link in the description and paste it into your browser, and it'll take you to our website. Don't forget, guys, you don't have to pay any assessment fees up front. You can wait until the end of the term to pay. As Shai mentioned, Corona has impacted students from around the world, but we want to remind you that nothing at UoPeople has changed. We are here and we are ready for you and we are here for you. So any questions, feel free to contact your advisor or send an email to admissions@uopeople.edu. You can always DM us on our social media channels and I will be here for you. So again, my name is Jessica and thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day and I wish everyone the best of luck during these times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day
Thank
with
you.
your families.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.